live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, all right, all right, all right. We coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. A little late tonight, but we're on here. Spinning my hat. We're on here. We are on here tonight. Tonight, we got a great subject. We're talking about the homeless people in Chicago. And y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, Facebook is censoring so much stuff right now. People, it's ridiculous. People are commenting on my live feed, and the comments is disappearing and all that. So, it's crazy. But is they world right now? We just living in it. Is they world? We just living in it right now. We're living. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Live, uncut, unedited. I tell you, it's real. It's a real deal. All right, come on in, people. Come on in. We're going to show some video of yesterday meeting on 113th and Halsted. And we're going to be taking some calls, too. Definitely take some calls. I'm not going to stream out a lot of names today, but make sure you leave your boy some stars. That'd be appreciated. Leave me some stars. That'd be a wonderful thing. If you can, bless you. If you can, bless you. All right, Chris Moore. What's up, Chris? Monique, I see you. Venitra Smith, I see you. Tamara, all right. All right, King Ice. Eddie Hamer, Denise Jones. All right, we're going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste no time. Y'all just have to fill these people in when they come in. I'm going to waste no time. Let's get into this thing right here. All right, we ain't going to waste no time. This was at the meeting yesterday.
Here, I'm actually a resident of the South Shore community, and I'm one of the residents that filed a lawsuit against the City of Chicago and the Board of Education for trying to house migrants in one of our closed schools. Why? Because they closed our schools due to systemic racism. When we look at our community and we see the underdevelopment in our community, that is not by chance. That is by design. So when we see our aldermen stand up in front of us as if they're weak and meek and can't do anything, I say we need to push back. It is very disingenuous and it's anti-black to house migrants in our community when we have suffered for years of inequality, injustice, and underdevelopment. Let me say this real quick. When we talk about what other aldermen are doing, let me read to you an article that was in the paper. Alderman Hopkins, who's in the 2nd Ward, he said his neighborhood doesn't have any space. He has a dense community. That includes Gold Coast, Old Town, and Lincoln Park. Alderman David Moore, this man, and I believe we all need to stand behind him, he says this. He says that development should be for our residents, not new arrivals. He is representing his district and his ward. We need our black aldermen to sit at the table and represent us. Our communities are the way they are because our aldermen, elected officials, and everyone have not represented us. So when you say that you can't do that, that's fine. Number 2, real quick. Vasquez, shout out to you, you're here. You stated that you believe that these encampments can eventually be used as housing for the existing unhoused population. Do you all understand that the migrants are the new unhoused population? Do you understand that development that's about to be developed over here on Morgan Street is probably going to be? We have to look at history. History is our blueprint for how our community, black, indigenous people, have been wiped out. It is our blueprint. A lot of our elected officials don't think strategically. They're only addressing this due to the fact that they feel it's a crisis. Strategically and long term, this is going to impact the black community. And there's no reason why they can't prioritize us. No housing in our community until you prioritize black people. That's it. Black schools, black children, black elders do not take their houses. Thank you.
So, y'all heard that? Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it? Y'all heard that? Wow, she said a mouthful, did she?
The dark side of Rwanda's economic miracle. This was what Rwanda looked like in...
Sorry, y'all. We didn't mean to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to play a couple more. Now, okay, yeah, I like her. She was good. Let's listen. Let me get our first one. We're going to play a couple of more that really stood out. Actually, a lot of them, they said some good things. Let's see.
Jameer Irvin.
Okay, we don't want that one. Well, we know what, we'll take this one because we want to see what he had to say.
Is our community engagement and communications manager, or I give you titles all the time. I don't see our ward superintendent, Bessie Redding. She's outside.
Share it on your page, people.
Great. And with that, let's go ahead and bring up
this is like an introduction. That's what it's all about yesterday.
Slide 2. So I want to talk about why we are here. Last Thursday, it was reported out that the site directly across the street from us, actually just called 115th and Halsted, would house a migrant site. A tent. Is this better? Got it. So we're here because last Thursday, it was announced in the media that the site across the street from us, 115th and Halsted, would be a temporary asylum seeker shelter site. So I want to give you the background on that. Because no decision has been made, it was never confirmed. The mayor's office reached out to me and said, we'd like to discuss a potential site with you.
Where's the mayor?
I immediately reached out to several stakeholders calling for a meeting because, again, I promise you that I don't make decisions alone. I practice shared leadership like I have for almost 17 years now. So we met, and it was about 20 of us in the room. We talked about the site. We shared the issues that we had with it. We shared the type of impact that we thought it would have on our community and the concerns, and the mayor's office took that back. Now, someone in that meeting felt that it needed to be shared with someone outside of that meeting, and so because the mayor did not release any of his sites, that was the only bit of information available. But I know it's a lot of homeowners in here.
We are all homeowners.
And
You are.
when I say nothing about us without us, I mean that.
Okay.
So, just like when you were shopping for your home, you looked at options. Some worked and some did not. It was clear from our meeting that there were several challenges with the site on 115th and Halsted. Still today, there are barriers that have us in the situation where we're at, where there is not a decision made. I'll share those barriers with you. That site is owned by 2 different owners. And so the city at the time was only talking to one owner. Once they found out that it was a second owner, they reached out to them, and I don't know if you know, but that site is for sale. Additionally, that site, the west side, the east side of it, is scheduled for demolition. So that, again, was another barrier as to how that site does not work. This is a decision that is made in between the mayor's office and the owners of the site. But what I'm thankful for is that the mayor had enough respect for the 21st Ward to reach out to us first. And so from our meeting, we walked away saying that we would have one more meeting to start developing a strategy, a plan for if this were to happen, and then we would have a community meeting. But since it went out, and I did not want you all to be left in the dark, I wanted us to meet here tonight.
Respect.
So let me be clear. At this time, it is not likely that a tent or migrants, asylum seekers, will be housed at that site. And you have my guarantee that if that ever changes, that you will know.
From the news.
So tonight, I want to make sure that you have good information so that you are aware, so that you for yourself can dispute facts, myths, truths, or what folks are saying. Because although this may not be the site, although the 21st Ward may not have one, the number of asylum seekers that is growing in the city of Chicago makes it a possibility for every ward. And I'll share where they are now later in the presentation. But again, I want you to have that information. So let's go to the next slide. So just quickly, giving some background. What is an asylum? Asylum means that you are leaving your country because for persecution, not prosecution, which is a legal term. Persecution, that means that you could be harassed, you are in fear of your life, and so forth. This is a defined process. It does not mean that folks are simply just arriving in Chicago. So we're going to talk a little bit about that process. They apply for it, and they seek entry into the U.S. at an entry port. Now, those entry points are often borders, such as Texas, Colorado, and other places. Let's go to the next slide. So, after the news had reported it, the mayor had a brief.
All right. Let's let me stop it right there. Hold on, people. Let me stop this real quick. X out of that, and we'll go back to X out of that. All right. Let me get some callers real quick. Let me get some couple of callers. What do you guys? Well, let me play one more. Let me do one more. Because I want you guys to think. And I'm gonna challenge y'all thinking tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna challenge your thinking tonight. That's exactly what I want to do. Because see, what is the overall picture? The overall picture. This overall picture. Y'all gotta wait. I'm gonna play another video. So overall picture. Let's see. Let me find me another video. Okay. Let's play this sister here. All right.
People, we are not in a war night. All skin folk ain't kin folk. A lot of them ain't. Nobody got time for that.
You went in, baby. You brought the house down.
Hey, listen.
You live right here. Go ahead.
Black people, we are not powerless. This is why they think that they can do these things to us, host these fake-ass community engagement meetings when decisions have already been made. These are our tax dollars. These are our communities. The ultimate goal is to run us out of this prime real estate so they can give it to people that are going to support their different policies, their power dynamics, support the status quo. This is our community. We have power. if we hold our aldermen accountable and they go in there and vote no against these budgets that are allocating millions of dollars to migrants, to different whatever, when we've been asking for this money for years, if they go in there and vote yes, they need to go. If they go in there and vote no, they spoken for the community. When we talk about speaking for the community across Chicago, the black community said, no, we don't want this. So why are we having conversations when we said no? What I said in there was, when you were growing up, if you asked your mother or your father for something, they said no, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. These aldermen need to respect that rule. If the community is overwhelmingly said no, then there's no conversation needed. You take that back to Brandon Johnson. We said no, you find somewhere else. If Chicago is a sanctuary city, why they keep trying to stick the migrants in the hood? Stick them in Grant Park so the world that comes to see this world-class city can see how world-class we are. So y'all push back. We have power. They want us to believe that we don't so we can stay oppressed, so we can just lay down, get slapped in the face, all that stuff. If y'all don't read up on y'all history and stay up on this current news, that's how that stuff happens. We got power, y'all. Fight back. And if it come down to it, if they do try to stick the hundreds or whatever we need to do, because I'm not letting them have this property. Not with our communities looking the way that they do, and we not getting the resources that we need or the investments that we need to support our people that have been marginalized for generations. No. Fight back. We got power. Tanisha Peoples. I don't even know if I was looking at the camera. I was just going
That's fine. That's okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
I got. All right. That was real good. I'm gonna play one more. Looking for some callers, people. Y'all come call in. We get talking to this. My buddy here, he spoke too.
One thing, let me say this: we need to stop voting because of color. That's a no-no. And not only this, a lot of money is being diverted to the migrants. And also, the city of Chicago, the mayor and the alderman is getting a pay hike. City services being cut, and also taxes, property taxes are going up. So what we really need to do is we need to hold the Black Chicago Alderman Caucus accountable for our neighborhoods. Look at our neighborhoods. Look how they look. It's unacceptable. Every black alderman that's in there that hasn't been doing anything, let them tell you they've been doing something, but it's not enough for us. What we need to do is, next election, we need to vote them out. They should not be in office.
Vote them right away, go to their house.
And you're right. We should go to their house and boycott them. We need to be boycotting the mayor. You know, Harold Washington made this a sanctuary city. Yeah, I know it's been a long time ago. He didn't see this was coming. But guess what? We need to change it back. Our neighborhoods are poor. They're food deserts. They're drug infested. They're gang infested. They're crime infested. We need to change it. And
all right, we got another one too. Hold on. Let's get another one. I got another one too, people. Hold on, I got another one. I believe that this one is Marcus. Here we go, right here.
Of this ward. I mean, I live in this ward, so it's unfair that you will give people who are from a different country things that you refuse to give to black people, and then you got homeless people out here. You're giving these other people the resources that you should be taking care of your own house with. You have to take care of your home first before you can take care of somebody else outside your home. And what they're doing, I believe our black politicians have failed us. They're not properly representing us, and that's why our neighborhoods are in shambles the way they are. That's why our schools have been shut down, and then you put these people in schools that you shut down and told us that they weren't structurally sound enough for you to be in. For you to have kids in there, but you putting these people in the same building. You're putting them in hotels that you wouldn't allow black homeless people to be in. And then you want to say we're racist? We're not racist. We're fighting for our very survival. They put the drugs and the guns in our neighborhood. They took away the resources, and then they bring these people over here and put them at the borders of black communities because they're getting ready to push us out of our neighborhood and put them in our neighborhood.
Y'all don't need to see me. All right, we're gonna go to the next one real quick. All right, let's see. I want to get this. I like
here because the city of Chicago declared this as a sanctuary city. And Alderman Lopez is circulating a petition for the aldermen to vote on to rescind that sanctuary city, then you can deport them for being here illegally. Second of all, I tell you how we stop this from coming over 115 or anywhere in this ward. The city has a $7 billion budget, and we're going to spend over $300 million before the end of this year to house them. Don't vote on the budget. If you don't fund it, they can't do it. So we need to be told the truth, and we need to know the truth. And to say that we are neglecting our homeless people in this city, and we got a food line here. I lived in this community for over 30 years. I ran for state rep in this community. I drove through this community. I saw homeless and food lines. We're talking about putting up tents that's going to prepare their meals, give them someplace to wash their clothes, and the homeless got to stand in lines outdoors to get food. That's a shame on America, and it's a shame on the city that we neglected our black folks for people that don't look like us that come in.
All right. I'll get another one too. I'll get another
Have them in here, or the Texas governor.
No, we're gonna get another one. I'm sorry, people. Get another one. Yeah, this is interesting, people. I'm just putting it out there. I'm telling you, we got to do what we got to do. All right, I got maybe two more. Let's hear. I heard him. Heard her. This is what we have to face, people.
First, my name is Melissa, and I live in this ward. I live on 105th Street, but I was a victim of an attempted carjacking in 2021. My car door was open and a gun was put to my head. Thank God I'm still here. You may have heard this voice on the news when it happened. So my concern, I know I heard somebody mention safety over there, but when I'm at the light coming off the expressway, it's people at my car with signs and different people I've never seen before. So my concern is, what about the safety of the people that are already here, like for real? Because I get paranoid. And yes, I have a CCL, and when I see them walking up to my car, I make myself prepared now, because I was unprepared when that gun was put to my head. And I don't think it's fair to them or me, because maybe they are just asking or in need of something, but that don't make me feel safe. So my concern about my daughter, my sons, my grandsons, just our safety. And again, like they said, we're not unconcerned about the people, but we got to worry about us that been here.
That's right, family first, race first.
That's it, people. That's it. All right, I think I got one or two more. I think one or two more I want you guys to hear. We want to get it all out because this is real, people. I'm telling you, this thing is real. We heard her. We heard him. All right.
Chicago or the state of Illinois in the first place.
I don't know if there's a limit. I do know that when you are seeking asylum, you are granted protections from the U.S. to not return. So that is the process that folks are going through when they come here, when they get their interview, and then the Texas governor sends them to Illinois, and specifically Chicago.
So they get to come, once they do an interview in Texas, they get to come regardless. Texas says you're an asylum seeker, you're being persecuted, so yeah, you can leave your country and come here and go wherever you want.
Not Texas. The federal government is the one that does the process around asylum seeking. It is Texas who is making the decision to send them to Chicago.
And we say, no, we won't take anymore.
It has to come from the federal government. That's why you hear the mayor say we need all levels of government. That's why you've heard everybody from the mayor to the governor to the senators. They had a press conference in which they called for action from the federal government. Upstairs.
All right. I think I got one more. People, I'm trying to get it so we can get this going. And it's a lot. It was a lot of information that was processed. A lot of things was said, but we just touching on certain things. We got him. All right. All right.
Good evening, family. Alderman Mosley, with all due respect, that presentation that you just delivered was game. And that is game that City Hall has been running on all Black communities since this situation has become prevalent in our city to soothe the fears and frustrations of the Black community by making us empathize with this situation and promising us things that we haven't seen and been promised before. I want to be clear. It is not that we do not empathize with their situation as historically marginalized and oppressed people, but we are saying as a community that we will not continue to wait. And you are, with the promise in the negotiations in that presentation, if you all are okay with this, because if you listen to the language, it suggests that this thing is going to happen. If you listen to the language, and that is what's happened all over the city in these meetings, that this thing is going to happen, and if you are okay with it, we will give you things that we promised you down the line. And those things never come. So I'm speaking for myself. I don't know about y'all, but we will not continue to wait. And we demand as a community that you all finally, as a city council, as the Black Council, the Black Caucus, put your residents first. We are in this room saying no. When your mother and your father said no, it was no ifs, ands, or buts. We are saying no to 115th to Hosted. We are saying no to South Shore. We are saying no to Algier Gardens. We're saying no to Hyde Park. Take that back to Mayor Brandon Johnson and tell him that your constituents said no. Thank you.
All right. I think I got one more about the police situation. All right, and that'll be it. Wow. Then we could just start talking, having a discussion of about what took place yesterday. Actually, I was too tired to do it yesterday. It was a lot of work. I had to do a lot of editing. Okay, this is not it. Okay, right here.
I'm a homeowner in this community.
No, hold on.
We got him in another police station.
How you doing, Alderman? My name is Lois, and I'm a homeowner in this community. I would like to say my daughter went off to the Army, and she got hurt. She came here, back home to Chicago, passed the test for the BCPD, went and worked out, come to find out she needs 3 years of medical. Now we got legal immigrants that's gonna come in and can be CPD, and she been living here all her life. Went off to the Army, got hurt, came back and tried to be CPD, and they denied her. How is that fair? And she a young adult, 23.
I agree with you on that. I said we got him in another police station.
All right, people, that's it for that. We're gonna we'll get back to the program at hand. All right, I need some callers to call in. I think I got one person to call in so far. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right, people, call in. I got one person. Okay, come on, call in 9433.
Hi, Martin. How you doing?
Good.
We need to clean up. They need to take care of home first. How you gonna help somebody else in home and clean up first? We got a whole lot of homeless people ourselves need to be helped. And it's a money issue with them. It's about the almighty dollar. So before you can help the migrants, help our people first. It's a whole lot of homeless people right on Wacker Drive, everywhere else.
Okay. All right. I got a couple more callers. Hold on. 2831. Come on, caller. 2831.
Hold on. 2831. Come on, caller.
Caller, turn your Facebook down, because you're gonna have an echo. Yeah, you. Turn it down and just talk to me directly on the phone. Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, unknown caller, but hopefully I'll let you know my name later. It's just
That's
that
okay. It ain't no problem.
they're right. It's like, and I was born in the Greens and ain't got nothing to do with me. Matter of fact, I was born in the United States of America in Chicago. It's just crazy how these people's got these people coming over here. They can't help the brothers and the sisters. Like you said, as far as in incarceration, they come home, they can't do anything. They can't make sure everybody's okay. But you bring people over here. It's just time that it has nothing to do with no Republican or no Democrat. Hell with them. Both of them don't do nothing for us. No way. It's not about a blue or red. It's about what's right. So we need to just go ahead, just do what we have to do, and stop all this nonsense, man. It's crazy out here.
Well, what do you suggest?
They bring these people in,
sir. What do you suggest that we do?
I suggest that people's going for these. Out of all the presidents of the United States, you only had one black president. Let's start looking at each other. All these black smart guys getting on here, getting in interviews about certain things that we are more advanced and more not being prejudiced than the white peoples. What's wrong with us voting each other in? How can we corrupt our own situation after all these white presidents that have done it already?
So you still
talk about Obama so bad,
sir. You still haven't told me what should we do now? Come on, now. You tell me something.
We need to just start doing what we're supposed to do as black people.
What is that?
Every race stick with each other,
brother?
Race stick. We need to stick together and do what we have to do.
Stick together and do what?
And make a lot of changes upon everything.
What kind of changes? See.
The violence.
Right. Okay. Hold it right there. This is what I'm trying to see. Listen. No disrespect, brother. This is what you call fake pain. What we talk about. We always say the same thing. One thing that we should have learned from this video, from this meeting, that they don't care about us. Michael Jackson told us.
Most definitely don't.
Trying to fit in, blend in. They don't want us. They're showing us all the contributions that we've done to this country, for this country.
I agree.
And look what they do. This is terror. They show you how they feel about you, people. When are you gonna wake up and say, hey, they just don't like us. Let's get busy, people. Let's start sticking together. We all we got.
Every race. Yep.
Yeah. All right, let me go to the next caller.
Yeah, so true on that.
Hold on, brother.
That's my point.
Yeah. I'll try. Okay, hold on, brother.
Hello.
4055. Come on, 4055. Come on, caller.
Okay. What's going on with you, Martin? I feel like this. You have to really sit at the table and really have negotiations with people. You know what I'm saying? Because the closed mouth don't get fed. We steady saying all this. Oh, they don't love us. They don't love us. But we got to show them that, man, we have power too. We have words. We have knowledge. We have everything that y'all have. And we can match
voting for them. We need to stop voting for them. Stop voting for them.
Brother, one voice at a time. Go ahead.
And I believe like this, all the immigrants coming over here from Mexico, they need to go ahead and make Mexico a part of the United States and get the United States rules and regulations and laws, and then that'll make it even better because at the end of the day, you got more Mexicans coming than anything else.
Okay. Now, the Venezuelans, they're not Mexicans.
They're Latin. They're not Mexican.
They're not Mexican, brother. Yeah. So
okay, well, that's one solution.
Don't forget a while back, dude.
Brother. I asked you once. There's only one mic. One mic. Let the brother talk. I gave you a chance to talk. Let this brother talk. Okay. All right. Come on, brother.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I our ancestors and everything came from Africa. You know what I'm saying? So we already been through the situation, discrimination, hatred, and all that. So I believe if we stick together and let them know that no, we not having it, and non-violence at all. Just use our words and stick together and stop going to their businesses and spending our money in their businesses and stuff like that. Things will change.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, hold it,
Things
brother.
will change.
Hold it. Next caller. 9605.
Yes, my name is D, and I'm calling, man, to just to say that this is a stall. What they're doing is they're waiting until they pack this place with immigrants. They're going to give them IDs, jobs, and the right to vote. Once they get the right to vote, the immigrants that were already here will team up with the new ones, and then the Chicago black vote will have the biggest competition that it has ever faced for minority set-asides, which we never get anyway. So they make you feel guilty about, oh, look at the babies, look at the children, they're starving. Those people are coming over here from shanty towns because they want to move in the little neighborhoods that we live in. They're going to be police officers. They're going to vote. This is all about a vote. So you people, our people, have been voting anywho, long as they're blue. That's how we got Biden. That's all I got to say.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question, sir. You talking about, brother, it go deeper than just making them citizens to vote. It's deeper than that, brother. They showing us that listen, let me just say this, brother, and I want y'all to really listen to me. They're showing you that you're nothing. Every time we ask for something, they don't have enough money, or they'll tell us to wait. But all of a sudden, all of these millions of dollars just coming out the sky somewhere, popping up out the sky. Everything that they need, they're giving them a boost in this economy. Everything they need. Do you know that they give each migrant $5,000 when they place them in a shelter, and $200 a week, and the children $1,500? Do you know that? They didn't talk about that at that meeting. Well, you said, well, Martin, well, how you know? All you got to do is look at Wadsworth. I told y'all what's going to happen. Once they got that money, they buying cars. People ain't running over there taking no donations no more. They don't want them old used clothes, them used gym shoes. They want new shoes, new clothes. They all in Walmart buying big flat screen TVs, 65-inch, 50-inch, 70-inch. So my point is, brother, hold on. They are practicing genocide on the black race. That's what is going on. Do you know that here in the state of Illinois, the black man is the highest unemployed? Not only in Illinois, but everywhere else in the country. The black man. So what does that tell you? You're nothing to them, black man. And they got our own black women, and even some of us men, saying black people don't want to work. That's a lie. So we don't want to work. We don't want to work for $10 an hour when we try to take care of family. We want a livable wage, a thriving wage. We don't want a slave wage.
I agree with you.
So I'm telling y'all, if we are the highest unemployment black men, and they bringing them over here, what do you think they bringing them over here to pray to Jesus? No, they bringing them over for workforce to replace us. So where is that going to put us at, the black man? What they going to do? They go, hold on, brother. They're going to pay off a few activists, a few churches, chicken-eating preachers, and politicians. And it's probably it. I'm telling y'all people, listen to me. Listen to me. We have to put heat on Brandon Johnson, J.B. Pritzker. If we got to go to their house and protest, we have to do what we have to do. Because this thing is bigger than Brandon Johnson. This was happening before Brandon Johnson got in office.
Exactly.
This is coming from the Democratic Party up top. Up top, people. Yeah, up
Vote
top.
blue no matter who.
So y'all can say whatever you want. You're mad because your candidate lost in the mayoral race. Listen, it ain't about blue. It ain't about red. It's about the
I just
migrants.
said that too before you cut me off. You cut me off.
Hey,
I was
brother,
saying the same things that you saying.
Hey, brother, I'm asking you one more time. One more time.
See?
You disrespected me, brother, now. That's what you're doing. This is exactly what you're doing, brother. And I'm trying to be patient with you, brother. All right? Now, if you want to talk, you go and get your show and you talk and call me and I'll show you how to do it.
No, I'm just saying
I'm just telling you, brother.
from you.
But
That's
I'm
why I
just
call you.
Brother, listen.
Wow.
I give everybody a chance to talk, bro. Why is it always a problem, brother? You wasn't saying that no way. Really? I kept asking you questions. How we going to do? You just kept talking. Now, since you want to talk, I'm going to let you talk. Tell me give me some solutions. Give me some solutions.
I'm saying the same thing you saying.
No, you ain't
I'm saying the same you saying.
You ain't saying the same thing I'm saying.
We ain't gonna know.
You ain't
we
saying
ain't gonna never be this. We ain't gonna never be that fusing thing that they want us to be. So whatever you saying, I'm agreeing with you.
No. You ain't saying what I'm saying,
no,
brother.
we ain't gonna never. No, Mark.
You ain't saying what I'm saying.
I mess with you on a serious point. So we ain't gonna never get into it like they want us to get into it.
No, it ain't.
I respect everything you're saying, and I agree with you saying.
Into it.
I'm with
I want you to talk.
I'm with whatever you saying.
You're so aggressive on here.
No, I'm with whatever you saying.
Hold on, brother.
I'm just
hold it. I want you to talk. I want you to give us some solutions. Since you got all these good answers, I want to sit and listen to them. So tell us what we need to do. What do we need to do, brother, to combat this?
We need to do exactly what you said. We need to stop voting from these Republicans.
I want to hear what you got to say. Don't say what I got to say. What you got to say. You tell me.
I said that the first time before you interrupt me.
What did you say?
We need to stop.
Tell me what you say. What did you
say? I said we need to stop giving our votes for these people that don't care about us. I said that the first time before you cut me off.
Okay.
I said exactly what you said.
And what is that going to do?
I said
what's that going to do?
Hopefully, like I said, we got to cut these people out that don't respect us.
Okay.
You know, I'm 56. I'm 55. You're 56 years old.
Okay.
I come from the Greens.
Okay.
Like I said, so I know well. So I'm saying exactly what you're saying. Stop giving these people opportunities to keep turning us over, getting us. You know what I'm saying?
Getting us doing what?
Born and raised here.
What are they doing?
That they constantly getting our votes, but they talking loud, saying nothing to us. They're not giving us opportunities to try to fess up to what we need to do or how we need to do it. Like everything, like the respiration, whatever the situation might go. We out here, we starving. They're not giving nothing to the people who own us. I drive down Lakeshore Drive, 79th Street, 69th Street, everywhere. There's people out there begging for change. They shouldn't be doing that. It's time that years before that, I give out pots of chili to people under the homeless. But you bring these people over here, and come on. I'm saying the same thing you saying, but you cutting me off. I'm not disagreeing with you because I mess with you.
You're not saying the same thing I'm saying, brother. You're not saying the same thing. You might agree with what I'm saying, but you're not saying the same thing I'm saying, brother. I'm listening to you now. Come on, keep going. What else you got for me? I want you to talk good, because you seem to be impatient. So I got an ear. I'm listening to you talk.
I'm not impatient. I'm respecting everything what's going on here.
Okay, you can't respect because you keep cutting me off. So I want you to talk. So since you got so much to say,
go ahead, do what you got to do.
No, brother. No, go ahead, talk. I want you to talk. Go ahead. You got the green light.
I don't want nobody to feel like I'm belittling them.
No, you're not.
Listen,
I promise you, you're not. I don't feel like you belittling me. Only thing I feel like you're doing is disrespecting me. If we can't get together, then that means I'm on another level and you on another level. No, brother.
And
first of all,
we doing something we shouldn't be doing.
Well, first of all, number one is we have to respect each other. That's number one. How can we get something going together when we don't respect each other? Keep cutting each other off. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that, brother, when we're trying to make a point.
I have never cut you off.
Okay. Listen, you butted in about 3 times. I done told you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you're not the only one on this live. When I get through asking you questions, I say, okay, hold it, brother. Let me go to the next caller. You know, but now I'm giving you all the time that you need to say what you got to say. So I don't have to worry about you.
I got to respect the other callers. I got to respect the other callers, Martin. And after this call, I'm gonna respect my other.
Brother, you
I'm gonna respect my other peers.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm respecting my other peers. I don't need the person who feel the same way, and I'm belittling them and getting down on them. I'm respecting my other peers on something else then that they're feeling the same way I'm feeling.
Okay.
I'm feeling the same way you feeling, but you feel that I'm disrespecting you. I'm not disrespecting you. I would never disrespect you.
How did I say
don't
you
disrespect my own?
Hold on. How did I?
Because you keep saying I'm cutting you off. You keep saying I'm cutting you off. I never cut no grown man off.
Bro, you weren't
old.
cutting me off. You wasn't cutting off. You was talking when the brother talking. And I asked you not to do that. I didn't say
I would
shut
never
up.
do that.
I didn't say be quiet. I said, brother, you can't keep cutting them off. That's all I said,
Go
brother.
Ahead. Go ahead.
But did I say it now? If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Mark, like I said, I done been around you a few times.
Okay.
My people have been. I've seen you. So, like I said, I respect your situation. I'm everywhere. So I respect what everybody say. I respect what everybody doing, especially we got to do with our people. These people out here doing it so wrong. Like I said, I done been in trouble. I done did all that, but I got myself in a good situation.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you I want the same thing you want. I'm not saying nothing wrong with you saying. I'm not saying nothing. Whatever you agree on, I'm agreeing on.
Brother.
Whatever you feel, I feel.
Brother. All I ask you to do is respect the platform. When somebody else is speaking, please, that's all I'm asking. If you can't do that, you shouldn't call in. That's all I'm saying. You can't. If the brother was talking, you kept coming in, man. I asked you, I said, brother, I asked you nicely. I didn't say shut up or be quiet, or I ain't threatening you. You say another word again, I'm a block. I didn't say that things. Listen, I still gave you respect. All I'm asking you, brother, is to give me what I give you. I'm not talking to you like no child. You're a grown man. You old as me, or older than me, maybe by a year. And I said, listen, in order for us to get something accomplished as black men, we have to learn how to respect each other's opinion, whether we agree with it or not, whether we're saying the right thing or saying the same thing. That's all I'm trying, brother, is start respect first. We got to respect each other, brother. That's all I'm trying.
You'll see me again. I'm going to approach you and we're going to talk about all that.
Yeah,
I'm always around.
I mean, look, we can talk about it now. It ain't got to go no further. I mean, I'm just trying to clear
it. It's, like I said, it's about us doing what we're supposed to do together. So
bro, listen, that can't go nowhere unless we respect each other, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't care how much we think we agree on, but if we don't respect each other, brother, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna work with nobody that don't respect you. What you trying to do? That's all I'm saying, brother. Give some respect. You know, that's all I'm saying. I am not trying to go back and forth with you, but I need you to respect the platform and the other callers as well. That's all I need you to do. I'm going to let you talk, brother.
That's it.
I'm going to let you talk. I promise you, I'm going to let you talk. We've been talking for the last 10 minutes, me and you, just me and you.
Go ahead. I listen to the other calls.
All right, I'm going to go to the next caller. 7956. Come on, caller. 7956.
Hey, how you doing, Martin? This is Nathan calling.
How you doing, brother Nate? Come on.
I'm doing good. One of the things, we need solutions to the problems instead of all this back and forth, because that's one of the problems right there. And this is why that we can never be, we're always talking about we need to come together, and we ain't never been together. We never been united. So you got people that don't even know who their next door neighbor is. You got people who don't even know who their aldermen are. And we going back and forth for nothing. But that's one of the things that we need to do, is get in contact with our local aldermen, go down there to go to City Hall and say, hey, we don't want these migrants in our neighborhood. And until we do that, until we start from that, then we could be making some accomplishments and making some things happen. But the going back and forth, that's not getting the problem solved. So that's just my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to that. And I'm 53 years old, so age ain't got nothing to do with it. It's how you carry yourself as a man and your character as a person.
Okay. I received that. Bro. All right, we need for some more callers. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right. Like somebody said on here, they said it's a spirit of genocide. That's what it is. If we got the highest unemployment rate in the state of Illinois, black men, and they coming over here because they don't feel safe in their country, and they coming over here to work. What that put us at? Because y'all still buying into that stereotype black people don't want to work. And for some of you homeowners, you going to get these jackleg plumbers and electricians and all that. And when you pay them, they don't come back the next day. Now you screaming black, 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 black. Get you a real get you somebody from a reputable company that's legal. And I guarantee you won't be talking that. You be coming out your pocket paying. So don't go and get you a wine head or a crackhead or dope fiend to go do some work. And when he don't show up on time or you don't hear from him the next couple of days, now you want to holler all that, scream all that black stuff. Go get a black company to work. That's what I'm saying. Get a black company to work. We got a new caller, people. 3470. Come on, caller. I think they're still working on the prompts. New caller. All right, 3470. 3470 caller.
Hey, what's going on, Crime Chase?
How you doing?
You know what? We need to stop being on the outside looking in. Every time when it comes to election, they pacify everybody. Everybody go along with the politicians. What we need to do is we need to group up, get together, and take over every last one of these wards. Get rid of all these want to go along aldermen. Get rid of all these pastors and preachers, because the only thing they're doing is getting grant money. So we need to come up with a plan. The plan is we need to take over these wards one by one. Because what we getting out of them? They tore down all the projects. They promised to put affordable housing on that property. Look what's going on at Cabrini Green. Look what's going on at Stateway Gardens. All those lots. There's nothing there. So they took them. They're not giving them back. Walter Burnett, that's the alderman up there in the Cabrini Green area. Hasn't did anything. They've been back and forth to court. He's been promising. Haven't did anything. We got to start holding them accountable. We should have been pushed them out. But see, now you got more of the Caucasians moved up in there. So guess what? We don't have no more power there no more. So we don't have a word. We don't have nothing to speak on because all the votes are gone. So we got no way of pushing them up out of there now. So that's almost over with. But we have these other neighborhoods that we need to push these aldermen out the neighborhoods, the black aldermen. I remember when 71st Street was built up. I remember when 75th Street was built up. Look at these neighborhoods now. We was at a meeting yesterday. You was at the meeting. Where they talking about putting the migrants at? That was a Jules Osco Grand Bazaar.
Correct.
That area over there is a food desert now. They should have been put a grocery store back over there. But they want to put migrants there. You know what? We've been disrespected for so long. We got people coming over here. These migrants passed up 3 Spanish countries to come to U.S. Those Spanish countries was doing excellent. They're doing great. But they didn't want to go over there and work. But they wanted to come here and get everything free. Come on, people. It's time for us to wake up. I'm tired of our skin color talking about, well, oh yeah, we need to help everybody. Let me tell you this. I gotta relax and stay calm. No, it's us. And it's us first. It's not them. It's not the yellow. It's not the white. It's not the light skin brown. It's us. And we need to start taking care of us first. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Well, let me just destroy this myth for some black people. Black people do stick together. We just don't stick together on major things. Minor things, we can plan these stepper parties, these car shows, and we can lecture slide together, do all football games and reunions and class reunions, family reunions. We can stick together on some BS. But when it comes to major things, getting it done, and again, as I always say, we don't need every black person 100% on board with us. We need the majority of black people so we can get things done. Whether that be 60-40 or 70-30, whatever, 55, whatever. We need the majority of black people on board what we're trying to do. If y'all waiting on every black person get on board what we're trying to do, you'll be waiting. It won't happen in this lifetime. Seriously. So this is real, people. All this complaining and fake painting, ain't nobody gonna get up and go to these alderman house, the mayor house, and protest. Nobody's willing to go to jail. Everybody just gonna talk and sit on the couch and be on the computer, call in on these talk shows, don't do nothing. Go back in your corner and live the rest of your life out. We got to make sacrifices. Well, you say, well, Martin, I got to go. We all got to go to work. We all got to eat. But some sacrifice got to be made. It's got to be made. A lot of our affluent people that's established have made it already. They okay with all this because it really don't affect them. But what about our children who it's going to affect? Look at the long-term effect, what it's going to do to our people. Trust me. If the black man is not working right now, what you think gonna happen even more when they come over and start passing out them jobs? So you telling me every black person is lazy and don't want to work? That's impossible. That's not true. You've been watching too much news. You've been listening to too much radio. You've been on the internet too much. That means your father's lazy. That means your uncle's lazy. Your brother's lazy. Your cousin lazy. Don't want to work? Come on now. This is real. The real solution is they don't love us and we need to get our own everything. That's the solution, period. We keep trying to make a people accept us, and they have already shown us we're not going to accept who you are. If a black man discovered the city of Chicago, why blacks are not running the city of Chicago? And we got blacks in every major political seat, and we still ain't running nothing. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. I got a caller. I didn't even see it. Area code 760. I think that, yeah, 760. Come on, caller.
Hey, cousin. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Come on with it.
So in regards to these issues that are going on in Chicago, the first thing I think people need to do is kind of look at the history. So if there have always been quote unquote Democrats in the arenas in the black communities, how many times are we going to keep putting them in office when their positions or places are not serving the community? It's literally time for a different perspective, right? So I remember I lived in Chicago, and then I moved into a Republican state. What I can tell you is that in a Republican state, the things that I needed, I received. I literally had no medical coverage. I was using the hospital as a place to get my medical coverage. And because they are concerned about the overall economic state of the state, the hospitals are aligned to help and provide health care for those individuals who are currently back and forth into the ERs, who are ultimately creating bills that could potentially tank either the hospitals and affect the economy in that state. So also, when you kind of look at Democratic versus Republican, what is that really about? I can say that it's not necessarily about color or race. It's really about belief. So people who are Christians should be aligning themselves properly with the organization that's fundamentally aligning themselves with their beliefs. So when you look at what the Democrats are doing in regards to, and I'm not against any people who live different lifestyles, but at the end of the day, this is about your community being taken care of. And there are so many other things that are occurring from a political perspective under the table that we really don't know about, which is one, the churches are being paid under the table to align themselves with politicians. Where is the funding? Where is that money going? The churches are in communities, but they are not pouring back into the communities. Churches should be places where people should be able to receive help for rent, food. They should be having older women in the churches, providing free babysitting, things of that sort. But it's not about that. It's gotten to a place where each church is trying to become the largest church in the communities, i.e. buying planes, sending pastors in and out of countries all over the world, when in fact their number one position should be to take care of the people in their community. And that hasn't happened. So it's kind of like, you know what, we've tried this for a while, and how's that working out for you? Look at what happened. Democrats have been in the Black communities as far as I can remember. I still really don't know a lot about politics, but I have enough sense to be able to see and understand the difference in what life was like for me in a Democratic state versus a Republican state. And I do understand that a lot of people are talking about.
Ma'am, I want to ask you a question. Okay, who do you think is behind allowing these migrants coming in the country? Is it just the Democrats only?
So Illinois, I think Chicago is the sanctuary city, which has been.
No, hold on. I need you to answer the question. I ask you, who do you think that's behind the migrants coming in this country? The Democrats only?
So again, this is all going to go back to votes, right? What are we out here voting for? And what are the people who are
answer the
representing?
Answer the question, ma'am.
Here's what I can say. I can't answer that question for you.
Now,
I want you guys to take a look at what's happening.
First of all,
do you see that happening in the Republican state?
First of all, who you think is bringing these migrants here to the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago? Republicans. Did you know that? Did you know?
So
hold on. Did you know that? Did you know that? Texas.
So how do you know? How do you know?
Texas is bringing them here, a Republican state. That's how I know, because I do research.
Is Texas a sanctuary state?
No, it's not. It's a Republican.
So that's my point. So,
but hold on.
Illinois
first of all,
apparently is a sanctuary state.
Hold on. First of all, what I'm telling you is you have to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Make you understand if I'll say this. It's not just a one-party thing. They're both working together on this. Okay? It's not, listen, first of all, whenever have Black people got treated right in this country? Whenever, as a group. Can you tell me that?
I think that from a historical perspective, obviously Black people have succumbed to a lot of things that were at the hands of the United States government. However, we really need to focus on unifying and standing up for what is right inside of our communities.
That's what
just like you said.
But
come
hold
together
on.
for separate parts.
You
come
wasn't
together
saying
for this
that.
and that.
You was on here talking about Republican states and Democrat states, and you live better. You wasn't saying it. So what I'm trying to tell you, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is bigger than Democrat and Republican. Now, one thing I do agree with you. Black people should not be loyal to one party. That's all. We should be on the fence. Whatever we can benefit that's going to benefit our people the most, that's the vote that we should go with. That's the party we should vote for. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not going to say I have a lot of Republican views. I have some Democrat views. I voted for both. So if it line up if it line up, so I'm not just stuck blue, 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 blue. I'm not stuck like that at all. I've learned through life. Life have taught me. So what I'm trying to tell you, don't let them run that game on us here in this country. They've already shown us. Michael Jackson tried to tell us they really don't care about us. Here is a people that have contributed so much to this country. Inventions, labor, and built things. And when it comes time to give these people things, material things, when they ask, oh, we don't have no money yet. We have to wait. But all of a sudden, the asylum of seekers, they come in here, they got money to give them link card, EBT, health insurance. They can become police officers. Pretty soon they're going to be voting. Come on now, people. They didn't even do that for us when they 1863, when we were so-called free. They just say, hey, you're free. They didn't give us nothing to work with. Nothing. And I'm going to say this to y'all. Black men are the highest unemployed in the state of Illinois. I'm telling y'all people. What does that tell you? Tells us something. We have to think logically. We're dealing with a race of people that have hate in their heart, that have committed genocide. Ask the Indians. That's their 411. That's their information. Don't, when they arrest one of us, they pull up our record and look at it. That's their record. They're showing you. It's a slow genocide against the black people. That's what it is. You turn the woman against the man against the woman. What have Venezuelans, Ukrainians, any one of them have contributed to this country more than black people? No other race here in the world have endured what we have endured in this country. And we still standing. We still stand. They have made laws just to suppress us and keep us, to hold us back. We have to remember these things. We have to learn how to fight strategically. We have to learn how to fight. But some of us, we keep making excuses. We keep going along, getting along because we got our Rolls Royce. We establishing all that. Trust me. All this material stuff in America might not mean nothing. If that dollar fall, we really gonna be in trouble. Because you know that dollar ain't bagged up, but it's bagged up behind that big pistol of ours, that gun. And you know we got the biggest gun in the world here in America. We got more firepower than anybody. So I'm telling us people, there's a genocide that's in place against black people. Y'all don't want to talk. You're afraid to talk that black talk because it makes your white counterparts feel uncomfortable. But they know more than you. White people don't respect cowards.
Yeah.
They don't respect cowards. If you're not going to stand up for the people that look like you, you know you're nothing to me. So what I'm trying to get to us people, we need to stop complaining and do something about it. Learn how to do something about it. Our favorite word, hold them accountable. How are you going to hold them accountable? What are you going to do? You going to sit behind the keyboard? Are we going to put up some petitions? Are we going to march? Are we going to protest? Are we going to withhold our money? What are we going to do besides complain? We have to do something because the handwriting is on the wall. The migrants, they're over here to compete. They don't care about no Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey. They don't care about none of that. They're trying to compete and eat. And they're going to take advantage of every opportunity that we don't take advantage of. And they got help. They have been promised something to come over in this country. That's what I'm talking. This is real talk, people. This is serious. I don't want us to have this fake pain that we have. Then the next 5 days, we go back to normal living. Call it fake pain. When you are angry about something and when you fed up and disgusted, you're going to begin to do something about it. Seriously. So don't come on here talking about that Democrat and Republican stuff. They both in on this together. Trust me. Don't be confused. Nobody likes the black man and the black woman. Even some blacks, when they get up in the morning, they can't stand their complexion. They don't like their lips, their nose, their hair. They like nothing about themselves. They have so much hate toward themselves and one another. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I got to tell it. I'm responsible for whatever I say over this airwave, because what I could say and could cause somebody to miss heaven or bust hell wide open. So I'm cautious to what I say. I don't want to lead nobody to jump off the cliff and commit suicide. So don't come on here with all that political stuff. Should we vote? Yes. But they are working a number on us. Michael Jackson said it. They really don't care about us. Let us go back to our history. We used the drums to send a message. The Gap Band, they dropped a bomb on us, baby. People, we allow them to take over the music industry, to put all this garbage out here. Killing, sex, violence, money, murder, using drugs. What are we going to wake up, people? The very people that we say we don't get along with, we trying to be just like them. How do you think Wall Street got built? Because they was tired. They was tired. People, black people, when are we going to be tired of this? Black men, it's always the women on the front line. You watch police officers beat up our black women and don't say nothing. Black men, we have failed our race. We got to stand up. We have to stand up. All that slick talking and all that trying to come at one another's throat, that don't mean nothing. That's what I tell the disciples and GDs and BDs and Stones here. None of that means nothing to the police. They're all locking us all up at the end of the day. Whether we blue or red or purple or green, they still locking us all up. Nobody gets a pass. I don't care if you under the 5, the 6, the 4, whatever you under, street tribe you under. Nobody gets a pass when it comes to the police. We need our black men. I see too many women on the front line with no black men. Too many. I remember back in Kanika Jenkins, we was protesting at Crown Plaza. I call it Crime Plaza. All the women was up front. I told all the women to get back and put all the men in the front. It was the women, not the men. But I told the men, you guys get in front, protect the woman. And see, black men, we quick to down our black woman. But guess what? She all we got. She all we got. Seriously. I'm sorry, y'all. I get a little emotional. And I just have to, this thing is real, people. Ain't no turning back, people. We got to look forward. We have to learn our history. We have to look at the blueprint, like the sister said. We're dealing with a generation of people that have committed genocide on a whole race of people. We've seen it. Them go in another country and inoculate people and they die. We've seen it. It can happen to us. I got another caller. 8663. Hey, caller, hope you can hear me. I don't know if they still listen to the prompts.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
I just want to say this. Okay, I just want to work this out. So, why don't people understand that these immigrants that's coming over here, that's America's next workforce. See, at first they had the blacks over here working for nothing. Then they brought in the Mexicans. The Mexicans aren't working for nothing anymore. So they want to be paid. So now we have the new workforce, which is these immigrants. There's a plan for these people. They're not just here by chance. That's the new workforce that's over here in America. So all the complaining that we're planning on doing, none of that is going to work. I'm telling you, these people are going to be working in factories for nothing. They're going to be working for housing. It's all a plan. This stuff is just not by chance. And you said something else about when is America, when are we going to wake up? What do? We hold their money. America don't understand anything but holding that money. Anything else we do, protest. We don't do anything after protesting. So that's not going to help. We have to hold that dollar. We have to find a way to hold that dollar. And until we understand that, we're still going to be in the same position. They won't finance our wealth. You can go get $100,000 student loan. You can get a $200,000 car loan. You can get a $300,000 home loan. But guess what? These are the same people that won't give me a $300,000 business loan. Why? There's a reason for that. America won't finance us. So this is just a new workforce coming in, these immigrants. That's not by chance.
I agree with you, but I want to educate you on something real quick. You probably know, but there are different ways of boycotting and protesting, not just standing in front of holding your money back. That's a boycott. That's a protest in a sense. You know, so there's different ways. So we'll never, I don't want us to say that boycotting, standing in front of the place don't work. It does work. It does work. It is effective. The civil rights used it. I've used it in this day and time, and it works. It works. So we don't ever want to get away from that. We have a right to freedom to protest in this country. If you don't agree with a law or something, you have a right to protest against it. We have to fight. You have to fight. Listen, we have been pacified, waiting for the sweet by and by. We'll get ours when we die. But God said the meek shall inherit the earth. He said the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. That's what the Bible said. Now, either the Bible is not true or something wrong with us. So I feel you, sister. I agree with you, sister. But I just want to educate you on that little point. If it wasn't for the Montgomery boy bus cot, for black folks not getting on that bus, we'll right now today.
Yeah, so,
go ahead, sister. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's true. But what I'm saying is that protest. So the protest without any action behind it, that's what I'm saying won't work. Like we'll just go march on something and they'll listen, and the next day there's no action behind a lot of these protests. We gotta put action behind it then.
I'll tell you, and I'm gonna tell y'all.
They're not listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. When the migrants get enough numbers here, you gonna see a race war between them and black people. I guarantee you, somebody gonna pit it. Listen, they're gonna be having guns and stuff. I guarantee you, people. I see it coming. God forgive me if I'm wrong, but I see it coming. Trust me, I see it coming.
I believe that.
It's a part of the genocide. It's part of the race war. It's genocide. I'm telling you.
And genocide, that's real, and it's crazy. I don't live in the city of Chicago, right?
Yeah.
But I do a lot of business in the city of Chicago, and I work with a lot of organizations there. And it's crazy. It's the genocide. People have to see them putting abortion clinics up in all of the inner city neighborhoods. That's a form of genocide.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And a lot of people don't see that because you're not going to go to the suburbs and see abortion clinics, within a 5-10 mile radius. And so we have to teach our young women that, sometimes it's a mistake.
Hold it, sister.
But
you're right. I agree. Most of the abortion clinics are in the Black and the Latino areas. That's where they at.
Absolutely.
That's where they at.
Yes.
And by
and
design.
That's a form of genocide.
Let me tell
They're
you
there
guys.
on purpose.
Let me tell you guys something. First of all, the migrants down on the low end, 35th Street by the police station. Matter of fact, I'm hearing that. I don't know how accurate this is. Those migrants that live down by across street from the headquarters of police station, those are the felons. Those are the criminals, if I may say. I'm gonna call them criminals. That's what I heard. Now I don't know how true that is. All the ones that's probably bad, they got them down there right there by the police station. That's what I heard. But I heard the other day, not too long ago, that the guys on 35th ran them off and told them don't come back down there, threatened them. Seriously.
Wow.
So I'm just telling you, it's a lot of things that's going on that they covering up. They got the scanner 20 minutes late. They covering it up, people. Trust me. You might see Black people in all these high political positions, but you better know you got white policy that they got to abide by. Remember that. White policies. For those of you,
better believe it.
For those of you saying Kim Foxx is letting them out of jail, listen, those laws was on the books before Kim Foxx got in that office. They wrote them laws. Now Blacks are benefiting from those laws. And see, they don't want no more Black people like that. Because see, Black people have learned how to read and challenge authority through law. And like the sister said, the Mexicans, they don't want to work for cheap no more. They got their little businesses and stuff like that. They've learned now. They're thriving. They're thriving. Their communities are thriving. Guess what? When you go to Home Depot, I was up there today. I see all the Venezuelans on one side and the Mexicans, all of them was down on the other side. I seen it with my own eyes.
Wow.
The Venezuelans, it was a couple of French Black guys. All of them was grouped together. And the Mexicans, they was on the other end with the ladders on their truck and all that, cargo vans and all that. Seriously. I witnessed this today with my eyes. I went into Starbucks today and I just watched and looked at everything. And I did some video too as well, so I can prove my point. See, one thing about me, I'm a type of person, I'm very observant. I like to look and watch. I see you call, I'm coming to you 912. I watch. I have to watch and research. So what I'm telling you guys, the sisters, right? All these abortion clinics is a form of genocide. The one who started this abortion stuff, Margaret Sanger, was a race hater. Seriously. Well, Martin, what you saying? I'm a woman. I got the right to do whatever I want with my body. That's your body. That's your body. That's your body. You do whatever you want with your one body God gave you. You don't get another one, not in this life. You don't get another one in this life. So you better be careful how you treat it and what you do to it. But come on, 912 area code. Come on, 912. I got another caller. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Martin.
Hey.
Hey, first and foremost, man, I really appreciate you showing that town hall meeting in its entirety. Didn't have to wait for the news version of it. Saw it live and direct.
Tell me what's your overall thoughts.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
sit back and listen. You got the flow.
Well, my overall
'Cause I
thoughts.
know you made a video and tagged me in it, but I didn't get a chance to watch the video. But go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I did, well, video wise, I directed them to go to your Facebook or YouTube channel. I said, I'm not sharing his material. That's his material, and that's wrong for me to be sharing another person's material on my page like that.
Okay.
You know, go to his page. If you can't find his YouTube channel, find him on Facebook, and you can watch it for yourself. You know, but I mean, there's some things that, you know, I pointed out on there. You had a handful of people that talked about the real problem. A lot of people were speaking from emotion, and the answers they were getting back were word salad answers. They didn't get a definitive yes or a definitive no.
Okay.
I was like, it's a yes or no answer.
Sorry.
The person asks you a yes or no. Yeah.
I want to ask you a question real quick. It's still on something.
Mm-hmm.
You're a military man. When the military recruit people, give me the ages that they trying to recruit.
18 to 34.
Stop it right there. I have not seen one old man that's a Venezuelan walking on a cane and barely can walk. I have not seen that yet since I've seen a lot of them. You hear me, Sarge?
See?
I have not seen one old man as a Venezuelan. I have not seen it with my own eyes. I see all young bloods, if I call them, 18, probably to 34, 35. I ain't seen no old man in the wheelchair, nothing like a walker. All young men. Go ahead, Sarge. I just want to make that point. Go ahead.
Yeah, all young men, because they still have the physical dexterity to be productive.
Well, hold on. Can I say something?
Etc.
Yes, Sarge, let the young lady say something real quick. Go ahead. She want to.
Yeah, I just want to say something. Then, you know, because I've seen them in front of the police stations, but that brings up a great point. Now that kind of makes you wonder, what are they here for? Are they sending the able, healthy bodies in? Could be war, like you said, Martin. Could be like a plan for something different, because I wouldn't have thought that far, that, you know, as far as saying that we haven't seen any old men on canes or anything, because it seems that would be the more vulnerable population to remove them from over there. So why is it all of the young men coming?
Thank you.
I don't know. That's something to really think about, though.
Thank you. See, people so busy on here trying to challenge me. And I'm not on here to debate. And Sarge, you know I said, I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if I want to know something about the military, I can call Sarge or I can call my buddy Chris. They can tell me. I know he know because he lived that life. That's his life. He keeps up with that. So that's why I respectfully ask you, Sarge. I've never been in the military, the U.S. military. But that's my point, people. The sister said it. I'm not lying to y'all, people. Trust me. I'm not trying to stir up a race war. I'm not about that life. I'm about peace and blessings. That's what I'm about. Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised that nobody called Mosley. I'm surprised that nobody called him when he said that the doggone immigrants were being sent from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised nobody called him on that.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado is not a border state. It's not on the southern border. And the state of Colorado has nothing to do with sending any migrants anywhere. If anything, they would be sending migrants to Denver, Colorado. If you look at a map, unless I'm wrong, I don't remember my land geography of this country. Utah is to the left of Colorado. The state of Kansas is to the right. Wyoming is on top, and a little bit of Oklahoma and Arizona is on the bottom. That's not a border state, and nobody called him on it. And remember, he was reading from a cue card.
Yes.
As he had the PowerPoint presentation on. All of that was on his PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, hold
now,
it.
the first time he said Colorado.
Sarge, hold it. I'm going to let you talk. 0983, just hold on. Don't hang up. We still talking. Go ahead, Sarge. Don't hang up. I see you. 0983, I see you. Just hold on a little bit. We'll let Sarge talk. Go ahead, Sarge.
Okay, now at first I thought that he made a mistake and he said Colorado opposed to Arizona. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. But then when he did it again and he was pointing at the screen, you had good video on it. I mean, you were in the pocket. I was like, look at old Martin getting down with it. I'm like, that is on his doggone presentation. So whoever wrote his presentation didn't know what they were talking about, and all he was doing was following the script. That's all he was doing, Martin.
They told him what to say.
Following the script he was given. He was not giving his own actual thoughts on the situation. He was script following, because the majority, I don't want to say the majority, but anybody that paid attention in world geography class, they know Colorado is not a state that's on the southern border. Don't nobody go from Colorado to Mexico.
Okay, Sarge.
I picked up on that right off, Martin.
I know you did. Hold it, Sarge. Let me let this caller call, because I don't like to leave nobody on hold too long. Okay, come on, caller, and I'll come back to you, Sarge. 0983. Come on, caller. Okay. Go ahead, caller. I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin, it's Stephanie. How you doing?
Hey, Stephanie, how you? Good.
I'm doing good. The reason why I called in is because I accepted, well, not myself, my daughter accepted going to the University of Chicago. I would have sent her to the University of Michigan if I would have known this problem with the migrants. I am afraid, and I grew up in Woodlawn with all the gangs in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Never was afraid. I live over here by the police station, by the same people you're talking about on 35th in Michigan. My co-worker's daughter, 32 years old, walking by herself downtown, got spit on last night and jumped on by migrant men coming home from work.
Okay, listen, this is okay. Let me just say this today, because I seen you wrote it in the comments. Anybody that have any problems with any migrants or have a run-in, make sure you video record it. Okay, please do that. Documentation beats conversation. Please do that if you can. If you can. If you can. See, we got to pull the cover off the devil, you know. And like I said, on 35th, and I don't know if it's accurate information, those migrants that's on 35th cross street from the police station are the ones that's, I guess, high risk of crime, criminals. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, it's only men.
So, sister, I could be wrong. I've known to be wrong. but I'm putting that information out there. And every time I go down there, I always see the police in front of there. So that's a strong possibility that that might be accurate information. So it's a lot of things that's going on with the migrants that we don't know. But we have cell phone cameras. We have each other. We have to share information with each other. That's why you have platforms like this where you can talk freely. All you got to do is be respectful, and I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead, my dear sister.
My other thoughts are they're going to give them citizenship, and within the next 8 years, they'll be able to vote, and they're going to outvote the black vote because we have been increasing in numbers. They'll end up in 18 years having kids that are legal citizens because they're pregnant. They're going to birth their babies here in America, and in 18 years, they'll be able to vote.
That's the plan. Well, I heard this. Now, it may be wrong, but I don't think it's wrong, that the Latino vote probably in the next maybe 10 years is going to be the #1 voting base here in the United States. That's what I heard.
It will. And whoever comes to save them, the Republicans or the Democrats, they're going to lean on that vote.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, it's something I said as a voting, because you know I'm into watching that.
Right.
Something I said people really didn't believe. They were saying, well, they're going to be voting for Biden, etc., because that's who allowed them to come into the country and this and that. I'm like, no. They're voting actually opposite because they're looking at who focused on the money. See, while people talk about Republicans, white supremacists, and the this and that and the third and all that, you know, I heard people in the background at the meeting last night, well, night before last, and it's like, no, it's about the money. Like the last woman that spoke, she brought Trump up in the conversation, the one that didn't have no microphone. She was the last person to speak.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, did you forget Trump was keeping them out this country? So why are you bringing up Trump's name in conjunction with what's going on now when he was shut the border down, nobody getting in? If anything, we sending you out. And one person on there said the most intelligent thing that could have been said. They said, if Illinois is supposed to be a sanctuary state, which is not because Pritzker never called it a sanctuary state, why are the migrants not being sent up to Lake County, Kane County, DuPage, or down to Springfield? They're only being consolidated in Cook County. On the west side, the south side, the east side, but they ain't sending them on the north side, are they?
They got a few little shelters here and there, a little sprinkle, little numbers though, little numbers, few.
Yeah, but they got actual established shelters up there.
Yeah.
But that's the money side of the city, right?
Right.
So you're not going to have that up there because money buys police protection and all of that. Because when people are talking about the police, their job is to protect the doggone property of the status quo, not to fight crime and all of that. Contrary to people's actual belief. And people argue with me about that. Oh, they're supposed to protect, okay, flag down a police officer and try to get them to stop because of something. They tell you got to call 911. They have to be dispatched.
Yeah. Well, Ronnie Johnson said, Sarge, because the city of Chicago is a sanctuary, not the state of Illinois.
Exactly. The city is a sanctuary city, not the state. That's why I said Pritzker never said we had a sanctuary state. He ain't said nothing. This is a city thing. You know, D.C., Philly, New York. New York already crying the broke blues, talking about they're going to have to start doing pay cuts for the city employees to cover the migrant.
Wow.
I mean, just look at the New York news. And that's pretty much the doggone flow chart that you can expect in Chicago. New York City has like 120,000. Okay. Chicago got like 12,000. They were complaining in New York when it was 12,000. Now they got over 100,000. They got 90,000 children that they put in public schools, and they don't know anything about if the children have been vaccinated. And then they're talking about the Chicago Health Department has ensured that all these children have their vaccinations. That was a lie. Anybody that got vaccinated, that we went to the school system in Chicago, we know you got, with some vaccinations, you got 3 parts. You got one part, then before winter break, they had a whole other vaccination thing. Well, then before school ended, you had another one, right? That's 3 parts: the beginning of the school year, Christmas break, and before we get out of school, right?
Right. I don't know what the numbers are, but let me just say this too, why it's in my spirit. I'm saying this to Black people. And I don't want you guys to feel like I'm disrespecting you guys, but you're going to understand it. As the old folks, you say, you'll understand it all by and by. Listen to me. Every Black person, especially those in sanctuary cities such as Chicago, should learn Spanish. You should. I'm telling you, you have to do it. You're going to need to know it. I'm telling you, people, there are going to be some jobs that require bilingual. And you're going to be qualified for them, but you don't speak the language. So you won't get the job. People, it behooves even include myself, and I got some tapes. I'm going to start studying that Spanish language so I can know. So when they talk of that stuff, I'll be able to understand, even if I can't speak it fluently, I'll be able to understand some things. So I'm asking every Black person, if you can, learn how to speak Spanish. You're going to need it. Trust me. You're going to need it.
Yeah, just like in the movie. Yeah. Remember that movie, Training Day?
Yeah.
When Denzel said, you better learn that ish, because that could save your life out here in these streets. So it's more than just for getting the job. They could be plotting against you in front of your face, knowing that you don't understand the language, and they're doggone talking over their plan to get you right there in front of your face. You need to know these things, or at least know enough to know, hey, wait a minute, that's put me in danger right there. They didn't just say something that means somebody trying to hurt me.
Hey, Sarge, let me answer this question real quick. Sarge,
our children are at risk.
Sarge, let me answer this question real quick. Would y'all feel the same way if these migrants were of African descent? No. That's me. I'm going to tell you why. I'm just asking an open-ended question. I've had runs in with them because they steal from our job on a daily with their children. So yeah, let me just say this, people. First of all, every last one of these migrants that come into this country, no matter if they're Frenchmen, African, and Jamaican, Haitian, whatever, if they come through the government, most of these migrants, the immigrants that come in, illegal immigrants that come in this country don't like black people. Trust me. They don't like black people. The ones that get along well with black people, they don't want them over here. They want the ones that don't care for black people. That's it. I'm telling you. You seen what they did to the Haitians? They got them up out of here, didn't they? They got too much revolutionary in their blood. And they didn't want that to come on over here in America like that. Listen, people. Most of these immigrants, these Belizeans, these Haitians, Trinidad, God bless y'all. But a lot of y'all don't like black people. You fake the funk. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they've been indoctrinated that way.
Didn't
Cardi B call black women roaches? But she built her career off being a pretend, or what these young people call a tether baby. Built her career making music that black folks dance to, and white folks back, they trying to be hip, while you're demonizing black people at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sarge, let the young lady say something. Then we're gonna get ready to close it out.
Yeah. So I do want to say that we do have a lot of legal immigrants that are over here for the right thing. I wasn't born in America, but I've been here since I was 2 years old. Right. So my mom's black, my dad's Cuban. I've been here a very long time, and my family has worked. But so we do have a lot of them like that.
Yes.
But these immigrants that are here now, I don't think they're here for the goodness of America. I think they're here for something very bad when you think about it. But I want to speak to the young lady that said her daughter got jumped on or someone got jumped on. Ladies, I'm going to tell you, if you are legal, get your concealed carry. You have to protect yourself. I'm going to tell you, you have to protect yourself. You now have to protect your families, because a lot of us are home, with our children. Even if your husbands are away or whatever, you have to be able to protect yourself. If there's a plan in Illinois, I don't know what the hell is going on, but for them to ban assault weapons, who are you banning them from? You're banning them from law-abiding citizens, because the guys on the street, they're going to always have their assault weapons. Why are you banning assault rifles and weapons from law-abiding citizens? We should be able to have that, So I just think it's something bigger going to go on, but I do want to tell the ladies, I can't stress enough. Please get your concealed carry and protect yourself. Protect your children, protect your family, protect anybody that you see somebody doing something to on the street, especially your other fellow black people. You have to.
Now, Martha, if I could address the sister.
Go ahead, because I got some final words. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna be quick with this. Okay, there's no such as an assault rifle. Okay, not saying that you're wrong. It's just information you've been fed. It's an Armulite rifle. That's what AR stands for. Armulite rifle, not assault weapon. All that is doggone media sensationalism. Is nothing more than a rapid fire long gun. Okay? And then back, you said that you're basically Afro-Cuban, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know it's a higher population of Afro-Cubans in Chicago than in Little Havana in Miami?
No, I didn't.
Look it up. When you have Cubans that people would look at and they think, oh, this is a Black American. You don't see them in doggone Little Havana. Even if you go to Cuba as a tourist, you don't see them. The Afro-Cuban, you don't see them. And
yeah, a lot of Afro-Cubans are in well, I stayed on the west side of Chicago. I stayed in Eaglewood briefly during my life. But, I mean, most of us that come back to America before my dad came, my mom is Afro-American. So my mom was on the west side of Chicago. So a lot of us that, you know, were raised within the Black community. So that's why you won't likely see us like in Little Havana.
Yeah, because it's a appearance thing.
As being, I mean, people say Afro-Cuban, although my dad is Cuban, but my dad always identified as a Black man, you know. So
he's
that's probably why
Afro-Cuban.
Yeah. Yeah, so I raised, you know, on the west side.
Yeah, it's all on appearance. You'll have the Ricky Ricardo looking Cuban. You'll have that Cuban in Miami, okay? You have the Abe Lavariel, if you all were to Google that guy, looking guy, you would have him in Chicago. Or you have, remember the guy Miami Vice, Philip Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Say Ricardo Tubbs. Yeah, they thought he was a brother with curly hair. No, he's Afro-Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I have no problem with illegal immigrants or legal immigrants at all. I just don't want them in our community adding on another level of crime. That's all. That's what I'm saying. If they come here and work hard, do what they got to do, God bless them. But you come over here and smoke a dope, gang banging, shooting, robbing, and stealing. We don't need that. We got enough of that already. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And we know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So before they brought them here, they should have probably already had jobs for them, because they're definitely going to be a problem, you know, especially if you don't see a country spending their most vulnerable citizens, which are elderly citizens. That's a problem right there. Like I that's something to talk about to some of my, you know, people tomorrow, because I didn't notice that. Like, you're sending all healthy men here. That could mean something very bad, because why wouldn't you send your vulnerable citizens to a safer place? Doesn't make sense.
And then who's to tell if that's not a criminal element, not in it's just in part, not in all, because see, people, they forget the Mariel boat lift when Carter was in office. Castro, what he did was he sent all of emptied his prisons and all that. Those are the people that he sent on the boat ride to Miami back then during the Carter administration. See?
Yeah, and then to incorporate the kids. I don't have anything against children. I love children. I like I said, I work for different organizations. But to incorporate the children into the schools, we have to be mindful that a lot of these kids in these different countries, they're taught to kill.
Yes.
You know, they're taught to wear bombs, blow things up. Yeah, so what have these children been taught? You know, maybe they should have, you know, found another, and I don't want to sound cold, but maybe they should have found an abandoned school to, you know, teach these children. And because you don't know the mindset of these children and what they've been taught.
Exactly.
You know,
okay, guys, we're going to end it right here. I appreciate you, my Afro-Cuban sister. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Sarge, and everybody. I don't mean to, a lot of people call this a hate speech, but there's nothing about hate telling the truth. This is what we tell the truth and shame the devil. That's all we do here.
Tell the truth
and
shame
anybody
the
know me
devil.
personally, you know I don't practice hate like some other races do. Everybody practice hate but black people. Black people, we are more dangerous to one another than we are to another race of people.
Absolutely.
And that's the real truth. That's the real truth. Because
we appreciate you for having a platform as well. Thank you.
Yeah, Martin, can I leave you with 30 seconds worth of something?
Come on, Sarge.
You can count it down.
Come on, okay. Come on, Sarge. Go ahead.
Okay. When we join the military, we take an oath to protect this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These doggone hate groups are domestic terrorists. They just won't list them and name them as what they actually are, domestic terrorists. Because if they were listed as domestic terrorists, when they go and attack black people, brown people, they would go to jail.
Okay. Thank you for that.
There you go. Look at that. They are domestic terrorists.
I agree.
But they are not written in by law as domestic terrorists. So if there's no law that stops them from their activities, they can freely perform their activities under the Constitution of the United States of America.
Right.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to leave it right there, Sarge. I appreciate you guys. I really do. All my panel, those that stayed, those that couldn't stay, got sleepy on me, whatever. But I think this is a great show. We made some points. I've learned some things. And so, again, two things that I'll leave with you guys. Anybody have any negative encounters with the migrants, make sure you video record that. Also, make sure that you learn Spanish. It's going to be needed. It's going to help you out. You're going to need to learn that. Trust me, because you're not going to be able to call any corporation trying to get through without them speaking Spanish too, having that. So, I mean, you go to the ATM machines everywhere. Listen, time has changed, people. You have to learn a second language, black people. Learn it. Trust me. You have all these master's degrees and the PhDs, and the only requirement you ain't going to meet is, are you bilingual? You're going to say, no, well, we can't hire you. Yeah. So, and it's just more just for work, but you need to know it anyway, because this country will be a Latino base probably in the next 10 years or before that period. The white people already projected themselves dying out. So, all right, I got to go. Thank y'all so much. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
872
Live, uncut,
299
unedited.
0808 or 872-297-6389. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
I love being black.
I love being black. All right, family. Be strong, be safe, stay protected, keep your nose clean. Appreciate you.